Hi guys, my name is Chelsea Shepard and I did my presentation over Ben& Jerry's. I don't know if you guys are a fan like I am, but I absolutely love their ice cream. So I figured my title would be a pretty fitting one of Ben& Jerry's, a look into the tastiest corporation. So first and foremost, let's dive into who Ben& Jerry are. They are the founders. It was founded in 1978 in Burlington, Vermont by Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield. They describe themselves as two hippies just wanting to start a really small local ice cream company, which is kind of ironic onto what it is now. If you're looking at who they are, their identity is a global multi-billion-dollar company, and they're focused on providing the absolute best product for the best price with the consumer and their environment in mind. Like I said, they kind of describe themselves as hippies, so they are very environmentally focused. They have an absolutely keep it real image and mentality where they're not afraid to take a stance and advocate for what they believe in. I think that makes them a really unique company and a really unique corporation, and the fact that they don't play with the whole corporate mindset of, oh, we're going to keep our mouth shut on one thing or about the other because our entire purpose is to drive um, product and to make money. They're a complete opposite. They could care less about the money making side of things. Instead, they really truly believe that their entire mission is to stand up and advocate for what they believe in. So they have a really transparent image. Their reputation is, like I said, they're not afraid to shy away from controversy. They're strong believers in standing up for their beliefs. They're always trying to do what's right. And then depending on your personal beliefs, it's either going to say that, yeah, you really stand behind this company and their reputation, or it's going to be something that you're like, you know what, I don't really find their political beliefs that they kind of transpire to me. So it's either or, but I think one thing that we can all agree on is they make excellent ice cream. But they really do take a strong stance on environmental issues, product issues, sustainability, and we're going to dive deeper into those as well. So, like I said, they take a stance and they advocate for what they think is right. They're never ones to stay quiet. One part of their mission statement is solely dedicated to social issues. So their social mission is to operate the company in a way that actively recognizes the role that the way businesses impact society. They are dedicated to improving the quality of life locally, nationally, and internationally. And that's something that you will see a lot of their attention in the media is dedicated to the social side of what they're doing. So not just product and not just economic. They have a history of activism and advocating for what they believe in. I thought this was really funny when I was looking on their website. They have an entire page dedicated to issues we care about. And they range from economy to social justice to sustainability, refugees, LGBTQ population, you name it, they're the issues and where they stand on them. So once again, a really transparent message, not trying to sugarcoat anything. They're not shying away from one thing or the other. They are out front and open with what their beliefs are. I thought it was hilarious that in 2016, both Ben and Jerry were arrested at a Democracy Awakening event. They had it right there on their website. They had a picture of it. And when they were asked in the media, what are you doing here? Why are you arrested? They just said this is something that we're passionate about and we're not going to shy away from it, and why not draw attention to it? And they knew that they would get attention from it being who they are. I actually have a picture right here of their arrest. You can see that I don't think either of them are taking it too seriously that they're arrested, and they were out in no time. But they did have a great time at the event, and they didn't care that they were arrested, they said. So that was them getting arrested in April 2016. Then, if you're looking at their corporate responsibility, so not only are they very out there with their social mission and they're advocating and just kind of being who they are, not being afraid of that, their their corporate responsibility is absolutely amazing. So they are a certified B Corporation, which stands for Benefit Corporation, and that's recognized as the absolute highest standard for social corporate responsibility. B Corps are the new type of corporations that use the power of business to solve social and environmental problems, and that's something that they are extremely serious about. They don't take themselves too seriously, but in one area that they do take themselves very seriously is that B Corp. They believe that all stakeholders that are connected to the business should prosper as the company prospers. So they're not just taking all of the money for themselves. They're really looking out for the people who produce their ingredients, the employees who make the product, the communities in which the company operates. They were truly all about giving back on a larger, more global scale. One of my favorite things that they do for all of their brownie pieces and all of their brownie-centered ice creams, they're still made by the exact same company that they started with clear back in the 70s. They're not one to take a contract away from somebody, even though it's a very small, almost mom and pop type bakery. They've now been able to grow with Ben and Jerry's, and they're producing large quantities, but they didn't give up on them just because they were growing at an exponential rate. So I think that's really cool, and that says a lot about their corporate responsibility as well. Um, we've already discussed them growing attention and not being afraid to step out into the media and say, this is, this is what we're standing up for, and this is what we believe in, and this is what we're doing. So they always have a great relationship with the media. It's not about painting them always in the best picture, but it's always about saying the truth and saying what's true to Ben and Jerry. They have, once again, their website is one of the best websites I've ever seen for a corporation. They have a page dedicated to media outreach and contact information. They post articles and stories when they give a comment, or if they're written about, or if it's about a social issue and they want to get their stand on that, they post it there. So you can see all of that on their Ben and Jerry's Media Center page. I think it truly reflects their open and transparent policy. They want to make sure all parties are aware. They don't want any falsified information out there. They don't want any assumptions from their products or consumers or anybody like that. They want a very clear message at all times. Whether it's great or other people think it's not so great, they're still not afraid to say, this is what we believe in. Once again, they take a stand for their beliefs and they're not afraid to voice them. They're not afraid to say, you know what, this is where we're at and this is what we believe in. So once again, I think that's a great thing for a company, that mindset. Their political affiliation, like I touched on at the beginning, you're either going to really, truly kind of align with it, or you're not. They're definitely a little bit more liberal, more progressive, more open type corporation. They're founded by two hippies with very progressive values. During the election terms, they create advertising and special ice cream flavors to help support their picked candidates, and a lot of them are progressive Democratic. I thought it was absolutely awesome that they made an ice cream flavor for a political candidate that was running as a progressive Democrat here in Kansas. So he was an underdog in an up-and-coming progressive area, and they wanted to flip the seat, and so they actually created an ice cream flavor for him. I couldn't find a list of all political candidates that they support, either publicly or financially, other than the candidate James Thompson for the Kansas Congressional. So that was really cool. But they do all of those special ice cream flavors. They donate that money then to their political campaigns and to the resources that they're supporting in their political campaign. So a lot of that funding goes to that. Social media, their social media is a ton of fun if you don't already follow them, but they have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it. It's out there. All you have to do is follow them. You can find on their social media them launching new products, them just spewing their beliefs and saying this is what we're standing up for and this is what we believe in. They comment on a lot of major news articles as well. They like to keep their consumers in the know and up to date to what's happening both with products and the company. So if the company is involved in a fundraiser, or if the company is doing a give back campaign, or whatever it may be, there's tons of them on there that you're going to see that on their social media. They have large presence on both Facebook, like I said, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I love following them because I think they're hilarious because they don't take themselves too seriously and they're constantly posting different things on there. I love to see their recipe ideas. So if you are into taking their ice creams and making milkshakes or different recipes, you can follow them on there as well. But Facebook is just Ben and Jerry's, Twitter is at Ben and Jerry's, Instagram is Ben and Jerry's, and Snapchat is Ben and Jerry's as well. So, in conclusion, if you appreciate companies that are not afraid to stand up for what they believe in, if they give back to their communities, they promote justice and treat their employees like family, and create one of the best ice creams in existence, then Ben & Jerry's is definitely for you. I personally appreciate their no hold back attitude, transparent communication philosophy, and their ability to not take themselves too seriously. That is why my number one ice cream, and whenever I'm purchasing it, is always going to be Ben & Jerry's. So I hope you guys will check them out as well. Thanks again for watching. If you're interested in looking up any of the information that I've shared with you today, here are my references. So I hope you enjoyed.